Is it starting? Like that one. This one seems almost like it's so classy in a way. Like it reminds me of like just the 1950s vibes where like you got this rich classy feel to music at the time where everything's like very like soft spoken in a way. I like it. It's very different from her previous albums. Um because her previous albums were a lot more heart filled. Not heart filled, but more heartache. Had a lot more like just sorrow in this. This one is more like okay, I've come to terms with what I feel. Now I'm gonna lay it to rest.
But at the same time, no disrespect when I say this, sounds like something out of a musical or Pixar film.
No, I get it. I get it. I see it.
It definitely has that kind of vibe to me. But at the same time, I also agree with what you said with the whole laying it all to rest. She was talking about digging the grave for it. Because this whole album is about divorce.
About divorce. Yeah,
Yeah.
I figured.
Let me move my mic a little bit closer. Sorry if you hear some noise. Um,
Yeah, no, it's like I like it. It's very definitely what you said, very Pixar. It gives you like that childhood nostalgia in a way. I like it. So it's very nice. Good for her, man. Good for her.
I know what she was saying, but she was saying something about like it's like a thing that it meant for her son or something like that, so that she can give him a picture of why he's not in the picture.
Strangers by nature, huh? I like it. I like it a lot.
You ready for the next one that you keep on saying that you haven't heard?
Yes, I have not heard this one, so I'm quite
Mm.
interested to play it. Let's play.
So go easy on me.
Mm. Mm. Very nice as well. I liked it. The
Wait, just
I'm just trying to figure out how to say this. The the words don't really reflect the music in a way. That's what I'm trying to say. I was trying to listen to what she was saying, and one part of the lyrics said that I had no time to choose what I chose to do, so go easy on me. And so that in itself is a very like it sounds almost like a sad or sorrowful um lyric in itself, but the music playing with the piano in the background, it sounds very like the whole tone, the whole color of the song sounds very more brighter rather than dark and sorrowful, which is interesting to see that it contrasts very well. Um, I let me see. I'm reading the lyrics right now. There ain't no room for things to change. Mm,
so what I'm interpreting it as is like an apology to her child.
mm,
If he's still
mhm.
young, he didn't really have the time to grow up with his father. So she probably like, I didn't have much time to choose. So go easy on me.
I see. Okay. Hmm.
I don't. See, because what I'm thinking is she might be telling it from two different perspectives, but it might just be from her own.
When she said one thing is go easy on me, baby, I was still a child. It kind of made me think about like when she first started Fame, because like maybe she was talking about that she felt she was too young, or she was like relatively, yeah, too young to be in the spotlight. But I don't know, maybe she, or the fact that she was like, when did she have her kid? Nine 9 years ago.
Yeah. And then she was with her
Oh,
spouse until, well, for 3 years.
huh. So 9 years ago, she was like 21.
Yeah.
That's pretty. That was she. Yeah, that's a pretty young age to have children. Um. So yeah, you could be right. It could be referring to her or speaking to her son, saying like, I was too young at the time. Interesting. Or she could be like point changing who she's talking to at some point in the song. She could be talking to one person and to another person, or both at the same time. But no, this is mm, very heartfelt as well. Of course, this whole
No,
album's gonna be
but that means that she was 24 at the time she had her child.
24. Oh,
23,
that's
24.
still 23, 24. That's still pretty. That's pretty young. I'm like, damn. I don't know. This whole album, of course, since it's like written about her experience with her divorce and being a single mom, is gonna be very is gonna be very vulnerable. She's gonna have to show a very vulnerable side of herself, which you know, more power to her. You gotta applaud her. But like this one is like it feels like she's trying to explain her reasoning for to her son about what's happening. But it was a good song. Love Adele.
Do, 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 do. Okay, that's good. Clip that. Clip that. You ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
My little love, I'm holding on. It's got a lot to learn.
Wow, that one, damn. Earlier when we did the first two songs, "Go Easy on" or "Easy on Me" and "Strangers by Nature," those had a very different feeling compared to this one. And of course, like I said earlier as well, this whole album is going to be about her divorce, how she's handling it, and the whole way of just being a single parent to her kid. But this one felt so different compared to the other one, because
Personal.
very personal, yeah, but almost like compared to the first two ones, those are kind of like the shock of like of when you first get like, oh, this is not going to work out, or when you break up, or when that's like that first initial heartbreak. This is the kind of loneliness or that deep-hearted ache that leaves you in your chest, and you just it comes out of nowhere, and you're just like, oh, most like, oh, this is like a deep, heavy feeling that doesn't really it, it doesn't compare to anything else, because it's usually like when you're alone by yourself and you have time to like reflect on whatever situation you have, it hits more deeper. Whereas the first initial shock to any end of the relationship is like that sharp pain. This is more of a dull
constant ache in your chest. This was oh, that one was
Very.
it was a great.
At first, I was thinking that I was
And,
hearing samples of things, and then my mind just completely changed from that to the actual song. But let me get close to my mic so I can actually be heard. So at first, I was looking for like samples and stuff, trying to see if I recognized anything because it sounds like something that I've heard before. But then after some time, I just started moving to the actual song, and like, oh, it's kind of deep. And then the whole
mm,
samples, not the samples, but like all the artists, but like taking like voice messages or like recordings and putting them into the
mm,
song.
yeah, that's another thing that mm, that's you know kind of was unexpected was like she used like actual conversations between her and her son about her current state of like feelings in general. It was man, I ain't never been I've never been married and I've never been through a divorce, but damn, that shit got me feeling like that shit got me feeling fucked up. Like damn, Drew, whoever had the balls to divorce me, that left me with something that actually made me very like, oh, now I have a like a that makes me like really sad now. Music wise though, um, what's up?
I feel like the lyrics and the actual instrumental go really good together, and it sounds very vulnerable, um, especially towards the end where you can hear like sniffling and like just pain.
Yeah, when she like when she's talking to herself. Yeah. Or that one. Well, definitely the music did match the overall atmosphere and the general theme that she was going with this song. Um, he took it in a different direction in terms of genre because this feels a little bit more jazz if anything. This sounds very like jazzy, and if we're comparing to Adele's older music, generally she doesn't really do that kind of stuff. Um, it's more, of course, pop music, but it's very like she belts. Like she has a very prominent voice, so she often belts her voice. This one is much more calm, subdued, and the general genre of it is it's very jazzy. I like it. Um, but with the difference in terms of lyrics, it gives this what you think the lyrics change of how jazz is normally viewed because normally jazz is viewed with spunk or it's a slow kind of romance song. This kind of changes with uh, the lyrics, but she did it very well in a way that conveys what she felt at the time, as well as just completely being vulnerable to audiences alike. I really like this one. I think so far, this one has to be my favorite. I really like this one. What do you think, Chris?
Yeah, it's definitely my favorite. Um, so far, I definitely like at least two of three songs that we've gone through, and right now we're only a fourth of the way through. So there's a lot more to unpack. Because really, all I've
It's
ever
new to
seen was
you?
like
Like,
things from like Twitter posts and stuff. So
mm-hmm.
like news articles that people just think it's everybody's business. To actually have that put out and given to somebody so that they can listen to it, just share everything that's on your plate and what you've been experiencing.
It's always in the life of a celebrity, especially with someone as famous as Adele, obviously mm, reporters or paparazzis or anybody are gonna try and get the first scoop, so to say, but in reality, these are people's lives who are, these are just regular people, they want to fall in love, they want to get married, they want to have a family, but they do go through their own set of circumstances and struggles where it's not always possible. And for, for the artists themselves to come out and fully tell the story and, to openly express how they felt in the moment before, leading up to it, during and after, is a very special thing to see because uh, some people, not not every artist uh feels the need to explain their situation, especially since fucking paparazzis are constantly just trying to invade people's privacy. But the fact that Adele was willing to just not only share her story, but just to find a way, an outlet to just express her emotions and just, process everything through and turn it into something absolutely beautiful. And also as a way, as a message to her son, trying to her best to understand, trying to explain her set of circumstances to him, whether now or in the future. It's a really awesome thing to see. You know, it, it's definitely interesting to see Adele becoming the person she is because I think for our demographic, Chris, people within our age, we grew up with Adele, and so we've seen her from like when she first took off to her many albums to now, and she definitely grew as a person from her very first hit single to now, and she's definitely matured along the way.
Ready for the fourth song?
My little love actually tore my heart out, but the next one is "Cry Your Heart Out." Jesus Christ, sorry. Let's go, I guess.
All my friends keep on telling me that this feeling, when will I begin to feel like me again? I'm hanging by a thread.
That very different compared to the last one.
Very different.
Yeah. Chris, what are your thoughts, comments, concerns?
It definitely sounded upbeat at first, till you
Mm-hmm.
actually look at what's going on in the actual song.
Yeah.
Because what I'm understanding is basically just don't hold on to what you're feeling, just let it out. When
Reading
I'm
the lyrics for
when I'm hearing it'll clean your face, I'm assuming that means of like what it's doing to you, I guess. Like the pain is causing you, like you can visibly see when somebody's like feeling bad or feeling depressed or sad or whatever the case may be. So I'm thinking it's just like a way to cope, just let it all out.
okay. That's what I'm thinking too. You know the expression "let it all out." That's what I got from that. Like, cry your heart out. It'll clean your face. I think that could also be just applied to like obviously clean your face, but just you know cleaning out your heart in a way, just getting processing and going through your emotions in a healthy way. Um, and usually that is by crying. Um, very different from the last one. It sounded like it had a cheery vibe, more up tempo. I was actually surprised when the tempo changed, because in the beginning it sounded more a cappella, so like it was just her voice and maybe in the like a piano in the background. Then it just switched immediately and the tempo changed and I was caught off guard. What was it sounded more like soul, if anything. I but it was pretty good. Very bouncy. I really like the different genres she's going so far that um she's I like the different genres and the direction this album is going so far because like I said, her previous albums have generally followed a guideline to what an Adele album sounds like, but this album she's switching it up completely. So she's exploring new genres and it's sounding really good.
I can't really put my finger on it, but I think there's a song from Little Big Planet that has kind of the same upbeat, cheery vibe to it, I guess. I'd say it's probably from like the
Oh,
50s, but that's what this feels like to me.
what was it from again? Where did you what was it called again?
Little Big Planet 3? It's a game I have on my PS4. They have a
Oh,
whole bunch of
I'm gonna have to
songs,
look
but
that up.
thinking it sounds somewhat nostalgic, but it also sounds like a lot of layering. Not as well, maybe auto tune, but it sounds mostly like stacked voices or different pitches stacked on top of each other.
What you mean? Yeah. It was probably they just recorded one piece from her voice in one pitch and they did another in a different pitch to make that harmony. Um, but it definitely it caught me off guard to say the least. But I like that. I like that. I like being caught off guard. I like surprises. It's when she was saying the chorus, cry your heart out, that. I feel like that really emphasizes because the chorus kind of almost leaves it as a hopeful sign, just like cry your heart out, feel your emotions, you know, do all that, you know, go at your own pace. In that
Don't
way, it
rush
sounds
through it.
almost like,
Like give
yeah,
yourself the time.
it sounds like it's yeah. So with that, I feel like that with this chord or with the chorus, it accentuates the mood overall because it's such a happy mood, and with that chorus part, it shows it how do I explain it? It's hopeful. That little chorus with that with the overall sound, it sounds hopeful that everything could be better. Oh,
Hello.
Oh goodness,
Hello.
you're so loud.
Am I loud?
Yeah.
I am currently on my phone. Is this like a video thing? Because
Yeah.
I'm not good at. It's a video thing.
Yeah.
yeah. It's a
I
video
am
for
not good at. I'll leave you all be. I am not. I do not do good at reviews.
If you want,
Just say
after
is good.
well, if we finish at a good time, I'll go ahead and at you.
All right. Yeah. I mean, if this is gonna be a video thing, I just add on is good, is bad.
is
That'll be my only input.
is good, is bad. Okay. I'm just gonna ask you how to elaborate. What was good about it? What was bad about it? What would you say?
Is good,
What?
is bad,
Ah, what's bad about it?
is good, is
Okay,
bad.
okay, all right. Thank you.
That's the only thing you'll hear from me. Alright, I'll let you all do the video. I'm sorry.
No, you're good,
No
man.
worries.
We'll let you know when we're finished. Hopefully at a
Right.
reasonable.
Are you recording right now?
Yeah. Yeah, we're
Hello,
4 songs
internet.
deep right now. Wait, what?
Sorry. Hello, internet. I is I is good is bad.
Would you
Bad.
like to promote yourself?
I have nothing to promote right now. Hit
I mean,
that hit Twitch channel Killer Turtle 14 dot Twitch. Yeah. Hit me up back in December. That's when I'm
uh,
free.
I'll put the link in the bio. Ready for number 5? Or did you have more to say about number 4?
No, I think I'm done. Let me just pull up the lyrics for the next one so I can follow along. Let's hear numero cinco.
Did you say numero 5? Okay. Scared the mess out of me. Favorite.
That's your favorite?
I think so.
Look at that. Okay. I definitely did
I
not
mean, it
expect.
scared me at the beginning.
Yeah, it scared me too. Interesting to say the least. What are your thoughts, Chris?
Ooh. Certified bopper. Um, so I was reading it saying that she was realizing that she was, because she'd always been somebody ever since she got famous, and it said that she was realizing that she's back and free and available again. So that's like 10 years or more of being with the same person. You're just like, oh, this is different. It's not a bad different necessarily. I have options now. I'm free, but at the same time, I don't want to mess up, I guess, or don't want to be presented with things that should not be happening.
Mm-hmm. She been with her ex-husband before they divorced.
Huh?
How long had she been with her ex-husband?
10 years. Um,
Oh wow, this one was definitely different. I like them.
Even though it scared me at the beginning, it definitely has replayability. In my opinion, I'll definitely be adding it to my playlist. But it's a fun little jam. Um, it's a different perspective on, uh, like on the. You don't necessarily have to look at it on something as a negative all the time. You can just change the perspective and think of the good things, and that's what it's doing. Is saying, yeah, that may have been something that I had to deal with, but here's something new that I can actually, like a new journey to go on instead of sitting here and thinking about this being the only situation that I could have been in. What are your thoughts?
I mean,
It's
it's
good.
it's good. It definitely is
It's
good.
good. It's bad.
Um,
Okay.
I mean, it's good. It's good. It's good. Uh, this one, while it's not my favorite, it's still it's a little bit more has more bounce to it, but this time the lyrics actually reflect the music. So rather than having very sad lyrics contrasting this very bright melody, or the bright mood, it it matches. This in this what was it? This this song has more power to it in a way. She's feeling powerful. And in one portion or in one part of the song, she says something like, out of all the people in the world, why do I gotta jump into your arms or something like that? And I feel like in that point of the song, she was referring to her ex-husband. And, she's basically saying like, why did I choose you out of everybody in the world? Which is queen behavior, first of all, period. But that one was definitely a different approach. Liked it. It was new. It felt this one, if anything, out of all the songs that I've heard from this album so far, this is the closest song that sounds similar to her previous albums.
Yeah, I don't. Hold on. Let me listen to the beginning of it again.
Okay.
Because
It's
I
like it
feel
sounds
like it reminded me of Rumor Had It, or Rumor Has It, or something like that.
yeah. What I was thinking, it may not be a specific song, but I think it's just that drum that really stands out because in a lot of Adele songs, she uses like a like the drum is really prominent in a lot of her songs. So that's what maybe it's like thinking like it's reminding us like, oh, this is like what an Adele song sounds like. It's just
Yeah,
because of that drum. Yeah, right? Like
but you
the
you just
like,
feel that it's reminiscent of others.
yeah. Like if you were to take this album and have someone say, or if you were to ask me, out of all the songs you've heard right here, which one do you think is an Adele song? I would
Not
choose
even
this
just
one.
a song
But
in general. You could just listen to the instrumental and you just know.
yeah,
Like if
she
somebody
has a
were
very
to
prominent.
have a multiple choice question with instrumentals, you know who to choose.
Oh, Miss Adele. Yeah,
We should
she
do that
that's
for a podcast one day.
what instrumentals.
Yeah, just multiple choice instrumental, like a Kahoot game or something like that.
That'd be dope. I'd be down. But
Maybe
overall, what was the song that we just heard was Oh My God. Very nice. Very much of an Adele song. I liked it. Um, I'm good to go. I got the lyrics up for the next song. So
Now let me just come and get it.
you would never guess what song I
I'ma
thought that sounded
make it
like at
up
the
my
very
sleep.
beginning. Do 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 do. So I don't know what
So
you
can I
said.
get it right now? Mm. Can I get it?
this interesting. It sounds like an Adele song, but at the same time it doesn't. And that's what's confusing me.
Okay, before we, well, I know you sent me a text message because I didn't know what you were saying, but it at the very beginning it made me think of this song, and the whistling did not really help me think of the water. Am I wrong?
You're not wrong. Hey Chris,
What's up?
I hate how you're right. I hate how that's so similar.
But I'm just saying. And now we can go ahead and get into the thoughts of it all. I mean, obviously, it's not word for word, bar for bar, copy the whole flow, but it's definitely recognizable.
Country and rock. It's just a general vibe I got for them. I don't really like country, so I'm a little iffy about this song.
Even with the genre being what it is, I feel, or what I think it still sounds good. Maybe because I'm linking the song to it, I don't know. Because do 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 do. I really don't mind it personally, and I'm not really a fan of country music, but it sounds like the song was in multiple ways, multiple different. It was delivered in different ways, and that's a way that's interesting. It's good, but at the same time, it's not consistent, which is okay. It pulled it off, but it felt all over the place. So it's like it's iffy. It's gray area stuff.
And
So what are your thoughts?
other than it sounds like Flo Rida's whistle, it wasn't bad. I just think this is my least favorite song so far. Like you said, it definitely felt very all over the place. And that's for me, I feel like you said, it can be done, but only if it's pulled off correctly. So you gotta be kinda careful with how many changes and directions you want the song to go. For me, I think it was just a little bit too much per se. And I'm not a very big fan of country, so I just didn't really like that either.
So
But
I feel like
yeah,
it can grow on me, but it's like four different things that I'd have to just like get used to. I'm probably gonna add it to my playlist so that I could get used to it. But right now, it just seems places. Yeah. What were you saying though?
uh,
Before I cut you off?
I just this one didn't really um hit. What'd you say?
I just said before I cut you off, what were you gonna say? But you said that it didn't hit, and what else?
Just that, it just felt off to me. Like I said, this was probably my least favorite song out of the album. Um, it just felt a lot. The lyrics, of course, they're lovely. Um, definitely matches the overall mood of the song, but uh, I just wasn't for me per se. It was just all over the place with just four different things. So I definitely didn't expect guitar. Um,
Me neither.
her yeah, her her usual drumming came in. Um, when you mentioned sax, I could hear it vaguely, just a little bit, and I think that's another reason why
It was
it threw
very
me
vague
off.
in my right ear. So I was like, is that a
Y-
saxophone or a trombone or?
Yeah,
Because I don't
it
play, but this song is interesting as it stands right now
yeah,
with me.
definitely interesting. Definitely my least favorite so far. But who knows? Maybe it'll grow on me. Who knows?
Why am I seeking approval from people I don't even know?
At first, it gave me a feeling that I was listening to two different songs, that I'm familiar with. But at first, it sounded like something from a sitcom, and then second, it sounded more like Piano Man.
Familiar. Let me look
It
it up.
sounded kind of like that to me. Um,
Mm.
every
Oh, Piano Man. Yeah, 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 yeah.
it sounded like she switched up how she was singing something at one point.
Hmm. Uh,
It, I was more so focused on that than the actual lyrics, but it sounded like she was trying to. I didn't really capture it. I was more so into the instrumental. But I was reading the lyrics as I was going.
mm-hmm. This, for me, this one, I definitely get where you're saying Piano Man, and then the Zicom, then Piano Man. For me,
Huh?
this just feels very this whole this whole piece or this whole song sounds very, to me at least, gospel, especially near the end, right before she finishes the song with her talking. It it there's like a couple of like um it's just like a small little section where it's just pianos playing and then a little bit of a choir singing in the background, which I thought was a nice touch. Um,
The voices or whatever was going on in the background, it sounded like I mean, I know you sing the Muppets, but it's kind of like
yeah,
you know how like they're all just singing and it has this weird voice that they're doing to sing all together.
yeah, I think
That's
so.
what I was feeling from the song.
Mm,
Not necessarily in a bad way, but in an interesting way.
mm-hmm. I mean, um, I I I like this song. I particularly like this song. This was nice. Uh, the lyrics, the lyrics, it showed, it gave me the vibe as well as the imagery of just someone. She's just almost like saying goodbye to this person who has given her good memories, knowing that they can no longer continue further, which I would imagine she's essentially um making this song for her ex-husband, just, thank you for the memories, but we can no longer continue how we were, which is breaking. It was interesting. And I feel like the mood of the song was captured as well. They matched the lyrics pretty well, so I think it was pretty good. What about you?
Before I go any further, I want to type some stuff to remember what I was thinking of. So let me go ahead and play that for you real quick, and we'll be right back. Um,
It's 9 o'clock.
so coming back to our discussion, since y'all were gone for a little bit, it may not seem like it to you, but we were gone for a little bit. Um, so basically, what I had got from this was the Cheers intro thing, um, Billy Joel Piano Man, and the Family Matters theme song. And I feel like they sound similar to the song in a way that I'm recognizing some parts to, or like a nostalgic thing. And then there's the Muppets part again with the whole singing thing in the background. Yeah, what are you thinking?
Uh,
I think he said some stuff before, but I don't remember what you were saying.
Excuse me. I like this song. Uh, I can definitely see where you can hear like those three different songs. So like the Family Matters intro, the Muppets, and Piano Man. I can hear.
Or
Oh,
running the Muppets, but
well, I mean, I
it
can
had to
definitely
be
hear
done.
like it had to be done. I don't know if it had to be done, but I mean, I can hear some similarities, not like prominent, but I do hear some similarities. But generally, it was a good song. I think the lyrics matched well to the overall mood. Um, and it was a pretty good song. I can't really say much about it other than it was good.
You have to listen to the full song again in the future. Definitely gotta listen to it again.
Yeah, for this one,
Just
I
to
feel like it's
listen to the actual meaning.
yeah. For this one, I feel like in order to like really appreciate it, you gotta listen more than once.
Let me look at the lyrics one more time before we get off of this song. But it's basically just that it's time to just move on for the better.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. I'm not too sure. Um, but if you're ready, I like this one. This one has to be one of my more favorites. Um, this one it kind of reminds me of like a cafe lo-fi kind of beat. That's the vibe it gave me, but I like it. Ow.
Uh, but you know how in movies or shows, uh, first date is portrayed as like a very romantic music song thing where they're just eating some kind of fancy food that barely has anything on their
Yeah.
plate. It's just like some rich people food. It's like, well, this meal looks immaculate, fabulous, marvelous even. That's what it was
Mm,
making me think of. It sounded fancy, but also in a restaurant, a fancy high-end restaurant
yeah.
portrayal
I see.
thing, thing.
I see that now. It it was pretty dope. The lyrics in themselves. Um, I was reading them. It felt very of course, like falling in love. You get that butterfly kind of feeling when you like somebody. You just want to talk to them all the time. You know, that's that's what I got. It was nice though. When whenever she some point she said at some point in the song she'll say a sentence in the or a lyric, and then right after that it like a kind of harmony comes in with that doesn't sound too cohesive. So for example, like in verse 3 it'll say maybe it's the way you remind me, and then right after she'll go where I come from. It's not very cohesive. It's very dissonant. So like you can clearly hear like oh it's it's kind of almost like sharp to hear like oh this is a sound that I haven't heard before from Adele. So it's a new thing that it kind of it works in this song, which you know yeah. So I wouldn't know if you would call this hip hop. It doesn't feel hip hop.
Fancy restaurant,
You got that lo-fi beat. You mean?
lo-fi trap, hip hip hop, hip hop
Hip.
restaurant,
Yeah.
high
Or
end.
like one of those really fancy cafes like at
I haven't been there. Can't relate.
Damn, what a shame, bro. Go to and buy some expensive coffee and get a
No,
taste of what it feels like.
closest thing I got into expensive coffee, Starbucks, and that'll be all for me. I think I got a Starbucks over there. I think so. No, actually, I got it in closer to where y'all live, or where we live now. But let's not drop that information. Uh, um, yeah, that's basically what I was getting from the song. It sounds kind of like puppy love in a way, but it's not necessarily exactly genuine, I guess. But like going into that mindset that starting to like somebody.
Yeah. It's it's like puppy love. That's what it reminded me. Just like, when you first like find someone you really like, you're like, wow, I want to be around this person all the time, all like whenever I can, just to, see them would make me feel like 100 times better. That's what it feels like when you first liking someone, or even like when you're, in a first relationship in the honeymoon stage, you know. It sounds like that, at least lyrics wise, but it was cute, cute. It was cute. I liked it. It was very good. Any other thoughts, concerns, Chris?
It's good.
Is good.
It's good.
I hate you. It's good.
It's good. That's it. It's good. Song is good.
Okay. Okay. All right. On to the next one, I guess.
Somewhere.
There's some simple things that I'm starting to notice about myself that I think of a bug that just flew past my face. But anyways, I think it's basically saying there's some things that I'm realizing that I like for people to like different traits that are necessary, like consistency, um, actually doing what you're speaking on, um, actually having a goal and working towards accomplishing something. I feel like that's what she's getting at, um, because she doesn't want somebody who is complacent. She wants somebody who is wanting something for themselves. You okay?
Yeah, got a little shoulder pain, but um, no, I agree with you. Honestly, this one compared to the other ones, to her other tracks, this felt more angry, a little because everything else has been either very sad or sorrowful, either to mm, to her son, to the situation, for herself. Um, and then other songs have been like kind of like her just showing everybody like she's a strong woman. I think this is the first song thus far that sounds like she's angry or she's expressing her anger in a way. And it's the only reason why I say that is because also it says complacency is the worst trait to have. Are you crazy? You ain't never had a woman like me. It's so sad a man like you could be so lazy. It's interesting to see how she's writing that in a way that expresses her anger so clearly. But the only thing that um shows it that it's opposite is the way how she delivers it. She's not screaming. She's not raging. She's not raising her voice or like singing loudly. She's calmly. and almost detached is almost detached when she's saying, the lyrics. It's pretty interesting, She must have written this during a time where she was like um feeling particularly angry. Um but the way she chose to deliver the song really just made the cherry on top. Also, the guitar went surprisingly well with the song. Like compared to, I don't think so. Not that I could hear. If there was, it wasn't as prominent as the others. But I like this song with the guitar more than the other one we heard. This one is a very nice song. I like this one. This has to be my top five so far.
It's your
Okay.
favorite one?
It's not my favorite. My Little Love is still my favorite, but this one, All Night Parking and Woman Like Me, those are my top three.
Let time be patient.
This felt like a gospel more than any other song. This felt
When I did that, that was the part. And you're doing it too.
I mean, what else can I say? I said for every other song. Liked it. It was very uplifting. This one portrayed a little bit more of I really don't know how divorce can. I don't know how the emotional process of divorce can go, but this generally felt like someone who was quite depressed over their situation, but they were able to find a way to uplift themselves. And I thought it was pretty cool. They plus with gospel generally it's all about uplifting oneself, lifting oneself or others. So I thought that was thought that was pretty neat. In one line, the last line for the first verse, it says, "I am so tired of battling with myself with no chance to win." You can see that in that line and throughout the song, it's a constant internal struggle with Adele and her own internal problems. So um, I think it was just her confronting those problems, and just overcoming them in a way. I thought it was cool.
Did you see the Genius annotation for? Are you on Genius?
Yeah,
Click that line that you were just talking about, and see what they put.
yeah. It's just this annotation.
It's just a sad face. Where was it at? Here it goes.
Depresso. Who
Genius.
is making these annotations?
It says this annotation is unreviewed. Interesting. Sad face. Somebody said they really felt that. Yeah, what I'm getting from this is I, the first part has me confused because I feel like she's saying that she still has some things to deal with herself, but at the same time
Mm.
she's kind of expecting if she just waits it out that something better will come, which is kind of a conflict. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe that's not first part's not wrong. What she's trying to get at, but it sounds like there's like a conflict and interest. Like she's wanting something, but she's still dealing with things. But it'll get to her when it gets to her. Are you saying something? But I know you'll probably like this album because a lot of these songs are over 6 minutes.
Yeah, I do like this album. Um, that's one
Ain't
thing.
no complaining coming from you except for maybe one. Actually,
Maybe
yeah,
one.
only one song. Only one song's under 3 minutes.
Yeah, there's only honestly this whole album. has been reaching my time mark. 3 minutes or more, except for one song, and that is All Night Parking, which is a song that I like. So, Miss Adele, you better work on an extended version now. Anyway, but other than that, everything it's just been perfecto.
She knows how to make
But
music.
she
She knows what
does
she's doing.
long music.
She's been writing.
Oh yeah, she is. But I'm ready for the second to last song. Go.
No.
All the things I can't live without.
Interesting.
Well, is she saying that being with somebody gets in the way of her career? Like she's tried her hardest to actually be happy with somebody, but at the same time, she has to pick and choose what she's doing to be successful in one or the other.
Your interpretation of the song, you know, can differ from my interpretation. For me, it sounds like this really just revolves around, again, her divorce. It sounds like at this point things are already bad, and she is just trying to figure out a way of just, of like realizing and just, just like, oh, this is not going to work out right now. This is not going to work out. You know, I tried to continue living how we used to, but this is a lie that I can't keep up anymore. So the saying to be it's better to have loved and it's better to have loved and lost than to never love at all. That's the vibe I'm getting from it. She's a
She quoted herself, or she referenced it. Let me see. Oh no, she didn't reference it. Somebody said it's similar to Turning Table. I haven't heard that song personally, but or maybe I have. I just don't remember. But it's saying that she did exactly what she said she was gonna do and left. Yeah, he did make some points that I picked up while I was reading the book. Like you said, I did have a different perspective of what she was saying. Um, yeah, because I was thinking the first line that I was reading, it was kind of like um, I'm reflecting what I'm experiencing onto you, or all I do would bleed into someone else. Um, so taking everything that she's feeling and projecting it. And after she's saying she's tried all of this, she's finally deciding to take that step and leave, that she just can't do it anymore. But the thing that's getting me, for what I thought, where was it at? Or maybe she's saying she's sacrificing the love she's known or something like that. Because she says, mean to lose all the things I can't live without. If you know that I choose to lose, it's a sacrifice, but I can't live a lie and let you know that I try. Maybe, no, no, I was reaching. But yeah, she's definitely saying that she was sacrificing her own well being to, was sacrificing her lifestyle to give up what she had in order to be happier.
girl. Or maybe you could also be referring to her son, like she like talking about like I'll give up everything, you know, to be loved by you and to give you a good life, a life that I never had. Just spitballing here.
Ready for the last one? Well, not the last one, because apparently there's more that on the last version we could probably listen to.
I see. But
There's like three
yes,
extra
I
songs.
am. In the deluxe version?
Yeah.
Okay, well, yes, I am ready for the last song of this album that's here, right now, on November 19th.
Oh, it's November 20th now.
Okay, well, November 20th.
It's funny how you were saying that and it just changed the day despite you. She doesn't really want to go through with this whole thing right now because she just doesn't want to play that game. I lost the game, but yeah, she just doesn't really know what she wants right now. She's having a hard time picturing herself in a position where she's like, yeah, I want to jump into that right now and I'm ready. Like, that's just not what it sounds like she's ready for to me. Um, she just doesn't want to experience that yet. And it's been 10 years, so can't even blame her. But what's
I definitely get that vibe. The 80s. This one, in this song, she sounds more, mm, like you said, like she's trying to figure out what she wants, taking her time with it. She's not really ready to be in love again because, like you said, 10 years of a relationship. No, but it just sounds like almost kind of pessimistic in a way, just to her like current position right now and her current viewpoint on love and stuff like that. She's like, love is a cruel thing, you know. Um, why would you self-inflict that? So, it's almost pessimistic in a way, but I like it. I like it because love is not always a very happy, it's not always going to be a very happy, joyful thing. There's ups and downs and there's heartbreaks along with it. So I appreciate this different point of view that Adele is able to um express rather than just keeping up this like hopeful facade of like, oh, love is out there. No, she's letting the world know like this is how I feel about love right now. It sucks, it hurts, and I'm not doing it right now. And but I like it. I really do like it. Side note, Adele's voice in the last song prior to before this one, the way how she was like belting, oof, oof, chef's kiss. But
that I think it was, and I completely agree. I can't
yeah,
remember what it sounds like since I've only heard it once, but um, yeah, if it is that one song I'm thinking about, then sure.
yeah. But um, wow, we made it through, Chris. We finished this album. We did this review. Overall, what would you rate this album in terms of like uh letter grades? Like, would you give this an A, B, a C?
Glad you knew when to stop yourself, but I mean, hmm, uh, uh, what would you give it? I think I know where I'm
Over,
gonna put it, but I don't know.
overall, I like majority of the songs. There was a few questionable songs that I didn't particularly like. But overall, I feel It was
Do 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 do
new.
do.
Yes, that one. Overall, she definitely expanded her variety and directions in different genres within this album, but still maintained consistency. Was able to pour out heartfelt emotions while telling, you know, different times and positions about her son, about herself, about her divorce, and ultimately about her ex-husband. And I think she it was really good. I really liked it. I will definitely be listening to this album again. So right now, I would have to say I put this album as a B. I rate this album a B.
So I don't feel so bad about what I was gonna say then. Um,
What were you
given
gonna
that
say?
it given that it was a like three or four songs that made me think of other songs than the actual songs, and made me go to sitcoms and other songs and what I was hearing in my mind and what I was thinking was
Mm,
sampled and all that. I was thinking maybe B B plus. That's I was gonna go for A minus, but I feel like B plus would probably be better. Um, I do like
Um,
a lot of the songs. I do like the diversity. That's what's basically pushing me up to a plus for me. Because I like when albums or different works of art have. I just like when it has a different sound or different feeling or different. Well, it's the same feeling for most of the songs, but different approach to how the song is made, like different instrumentals.
yeah, no, definitely. Um,
Who else
mhm.
have you
I
heard
would
sing over hip hop, uh, uh, romantic date type song, lo-fi?
none none so far. The Adele's really the only one I've heard do that. So um, I can't really think of anybody else. But um, I was debating on putting it as a B plus, but I think a B is okay. It,
Just happen?
my dogs are being assholes. Give me 1 second. Thanks. My dogs are freaking out over nothing. Okay. Um,
Same. You were saying that you are comfortable giving it a B, and then stuff happened.
yeah. The what? Thank you. Um, I'm it would have been a B plus or even an A minus had it not been for a couple of songs, but it was generally overall a pretty well written album, a well produced album with a bunch of varieties. Um, I enjoyed it, and yeah, that's all I gotta say. Oh shit.
I just had something on my mind a second ago. Oh, but in terms of writing, just like the other, just like the other album we listened to, um, it it's personal, and that's what I like. I don't know what you just said.
Me too.
Did you want to listen to the other 3 songs? They're all 6 minutes long. I mean, not tonight. I mean, like some other time. Would you want to
Oh,
do like a bonus video?
yeah, sure. I'll be down.
Tell your dogs to stop pooping on the table and all that other stuff.
Feel that heat, and we can ride the boogie, share that beat of love. I wanna ride the